Next week, between the 16th and 19th of July at Faversham's enigmatic Arden Theatre, audiences will be rooted to their seats as the explosive story of the Maids, written by Jean Genet, unfolds, filling the theatre with emotional performance of anger, deception and violence. I have had the pleasure of watching the cast hard at work in rehearsal, and now I would like to welcome the Maids director, Caroline Lamoon. Hi, Caroline.
Good morning, Wendy. Nice to see you.
And you. And without giving too much away, tell us the storyline of The Maids.
Okay, well, Genet wrote this play because he was inspired by a very infamous French true life story of these two maids, Christine and Leah Papin, and they brutally murdered their employer and their daughter. And it was a very famous French case. Now, he has not based the play directly on this true story, but if I can tell you about it without giving too much away, it's a one-act play with a tight dramatic structure, and we've taken a naturalistic approach. So we are concerned with the two maids, Solange and Claire, who are sisters, and they work for Madame, who is a wealthy and indulgent woman. And interestingly, she herself feels a sense of entrapment, just as the maids are trapped within their roles of servitude. So in Madame's absence, the maids take it in turns to play Madame through power struggles, abuse, cruelty and fantasy. So I must tell you that as the play opens, Claire is actually playing Madame. That might be a little bit confusing initially. We witness their ever-changing dynamics, their relationship, and we see their actual interactions with Madame. And all three characters are existing between realms of fantasy and reality. And as the two maids become increasingly desperate as the play progresses, we move towards an enigmatic closure, and I can say no more.
Oh, okay. No spoilers here then.
No.
So, what made you want to direct this thrilling and disturbing play?
Well, I've actually wanted to direct this play for many, many years. I discovered it at university, so that's been a long time coming. I think one of the reasons is it's a really dark, exciting play. And I think one of the most important things about it for me as a director, it's a brilliant three-hander for three female roles. They're strong, dynamic characters and brilliant opportunities for female actors to stretch and develop their skills. It creates a gripping atmosphere for the audience. The play explores notions of meta theatre, which I really like meta theatre. And the dramatic elements of the play, we've got menace, tension, cruelty, and possibly some black comedic elements. And I really like the structure of the play. It's sort of structured into three parts, which makes it really quite tight. So I just think it's well structured and exciting.
I'm glad to hear that there are some black comedic parts, because I certainly smiled and laughed a couple of times through it. So I'm not going to be the only one, I'm sure.
No.
So how have you directed your cast to handle the cruelty, the violence and sadism exposed by the script?
Yes, that's one of the most key things in rehearsal for us. So what I did was right at the beginning, I identified key aspects of characterisation that could apply actually to all three characters. So we had victim. So when are they playing the victim? Abuser, when are they being the abusive role? And perpetrator. So exploring all these different dynamics. And these gave the actors a key focus on how to start exploring their roles at the beginning of the process. And then we've explored some key aspects of Stanislavski's system. I've given a title to each section of the play. There's three sections. And again, that gave them a focus on they're pulling their action through the story. which is called Through Line of Action. And so each, say, section has a title, again, which gave them a focus. But in terms of the cruelty and the violence, we looked at the shaping of the dialogue and we broke it down into sections and we linked this to strong dynamic physicality, vocal expression. And we then, through that, we were able to explore shifts in energy, tempo and pace, which helped to sustain the mood and atmosphere. But I think another really important aspect of exploring the cruelty and the master-servant relationships is the the spatial dynamics, the visual aspects of proxemics. So we're using levels, we're using the floor, we're using heightened levels, where they use the furniture. And again, that gives you the visual expression of those ideas as well.
I certainly was very impressed by the beautiful set and the use of the set by each of your actors.
Thank you.
So, why should people come and see The Maids? You wanted to direct it, but why should people come and watch it?
To be honest, it's a difficult play for audience and actors, but it's a dark thriller. We have tension, we have suspense, we have shifting moods and tempos. And another reason to come and see it, I think, is I'm incredibly proud of my 3 actors in the cast. I think they've been admirable and rising to the challenges. They've been brave to the challenges that the play's put in front of them. And I think the audience can come and see some really great acting. And one tiny reason to come and see it is if they can spot the moment when there are actually 3 madams present on stage. You probably know what I mean.
I do, but I'm not allowed to give away anything, so I will say no more. Say yes, I do know that moment. So, what do you want the audience to remember most from this Arden production?
Well, I've said just now it's a difficult play for the audience. So I hope that the audience will feel that they've actually experienced an immersive theatrical experience that is highly charged. So it's the theatrical experience. It's not easy watching. It's challenging, but I think they've watched something that's been thrilling, exciting, dangerous. And I would like them to remember the energy of the characters, the actors, their performances. And for me personally as a director, because I place a great deal of emphasis on this, is the visual aspects of it. You know, what the play looks like with the lighting, the physicality. And we have a lot of visual repeated motifs, which I think visually it's an experience as well.
Brilliant. Okay, well, you've heard it here. The Maids, a remarkable theatrical experience at the Arden Theatre next week between the 16th and 19th of July. Book your tickets now at ardentheatre.org.uk. Caroline, thank you very much and good luck to you and your cast for next week.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for your time.